first full day in beautiful Florida. Got to our Airbnb. Boats are all beautiful. We were a little concerned because the driveway wouldn't fit it. We thought we may not have access to the garage, but we do. So everything's turned out to be pretty good. I got a lot more Airbnbs to check into for the opens and the elites. But pretty awesome setup in here. It's great to be in some warm weather, and well, not too warm. It's pretty cold here, but a lot warmer than upstate New York and Virginia. So day one of pre-practice on the Harris chain starts today. We're gonna go do a lot of driving around, not much fishing, just to get a lay of the lake for Paul and for me as well, being that my first Bassmaster Open tournament is gonna be as a co-angler. So it's not as important for me, but it's good to just continue learning that lake, because that's a big player in the Bassmaster, Bassmaster in general, elites, opens, even the team championship was there this past year that I competed in. So big things to come, big things to come. I'll see you guys out on the water. This is all unbelievable fishing right here, all of it. Out of every, see, I caught one out of this pad patch, I caught one out of that one. I mean, I caught them everywhere in here. That's super cool. Yeah. Do we just see if they're here with a cast? Or?
I can tell you want to fish.
I just want to see if they're here.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter, but okay.
Right, yeah.
This is the third day of practice for the first Elite Series event on the St. John's. It's foggy, as you can tell. Day one, I fished on Rodman. Day two, I fished on the St. John's and below Lake George, around Lake George. So we've had some extremely cold weather that has knocked the water temperature back, but it's on the rise. This is a deal that's going to go down again during the tournament. Practice has been horrible. It's been hard to get more than 5 or 6 bites a day, and those are small guys. So we're basically putting all of our pennies in one jar right now. We're going to hope that it goes down on Rodman, because that's got a variety of stuff that I like to fish. So we're going to get after it today.
So I had the unique opportunity to be on the boat for the final day of practice leading up to stop number 1 of the Elite Series on the St. John's River. And this was such an amazing experience, being able to watch how Chad Morgan-Taylor broke down this body of water, which was Rodman Reservoir. It was a major player in the tournament, especially for Patrick Walters, who had caught 26 pounds on day 3, very close to where Chad was fishing, about a mile away, doing the same technique, which was throwing a Vision 110, using his pan optics to find these fish. And what was so neat that Chad had explained to me was, you know, practicing for what is going to happen, not what is happening right now. And it's so hard for so many anglers to find an area that is not great right now, but with the weather that could be or is going to be, can get better. So fishing and finding these spots that are going to be good, not are good right now. And, you know, that plays a huge factor in Florida, especially with the weather and how it changes and varies throughout a week, that you have to, you know, really pinpoint these spots and make sure that you have enough of a limit guaranteed to make that first, second, and third day, but then know that big fish will move in. And that's what I really took away from that experience, was practicing for what is going to be, not what is.
The same thing actually that my roommate Brian Snowden's fishing, and he caught him really good today. Yesterday we both struggled pretty bad. I just happened to get more bites than he did, but they were small. We were a little skeptical going into today. They bit a little bit better for us today, obviously, and really good for Brian. But you know, I left that pattern for a while to try to figure out how to get a big bite, because I knew I had to have one. I knew I had to have a 5 or 6 pounder to make it in to tomorrow. But Florida is great. I mean, I love fishing for these big old Florida strain bass. I mean, how can you not, right? I mean, any cast, any pitch, any flip, you can catch an 8, 9, 10 pounder, and that drives us from the moment that we put our boats on the water. So it's always great to come out and see everybody. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to be on the water tomorrow, but I'll probably be around. So anyway, thanks again for having us here to this beautiful state.
So to wrap things up, just want to talk about my 3 guys that I marshaled for on days 1, 2, and 3. Gerald Swindle, who I actually got to spend time with prior to the tournament. He rowed with me for 3 days. Just a hell of a dude. Really, really funny all the time, but honestly, just a really, really kind, genuine person. He was fishing in Rodman as well, targeting lily pads. Did very well, but just not quite enough to make the final day, but a nice paycheck anyway. Brock Mosley, really good guy as well, struggled. He had a pretty far run, and that fog delay really hurt him. So it was sort of a tough day for him. And then lastly, David Mullins, another super fisherman, even better guy. He on day 1 had a very difficult day. He had boat issues, which pretty much made it so that he couldn't catch a fish. He had like 40 minutes of fishing, I think he had told me. But day 2, he killed it. And as you can see, he's catching a lot of fish. So he did really well, mostly targeting bedding fish. So, I mean, overall, just to wrap things up, unreal experience. I highly recommend that everyone give it a try. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching this first video. I know it's a rough first video, but we're gonna keep getting better as we go. So thanks for watching, guys.